You're listening to episode 201, where we are currently celebrating our 200th episode, because episode 1 does not exist. Welcome to Brothers of the Serpent podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, episode 201, which is the 200th episode celebration. This is Brothers of the Serpent podcast, coming to you not live from the 10x10x10 tangent cube of science, nestled amongst the dusty bones of an ancient seabed high atop the Everest Plateau. Everything here is incredibly green and growing like crazy. Boom portals. So yeah, this is a special episode, and we do have Marty in the studio with us.
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
How's it going?
glad to have you here, buddy. I don't know why you're here, but
All will be revealed.
okay. All will be revealed. Yeah, yeah. All I know is that shadowy figures told me that Marty was coming, and I should not ask any questions. So that's how it's going. So we have a whole list of clips. This is this episode is a celebration of 200 episodes of the podcast, and so for any of you who don't know, in the Discord chat for the past, like, what was it, 8 months maybe, we had the episode 200 project. You think it was 8 months? How long ago did we decide to do this?
But at least 6.
At least 6 months, yeah. So yeah, we announced the episode 200 project, and then in the Discord chat, we set up a special channel where people who were going through episodes and listening could just post clip marks for, basically timestamps for clips that they thought were great or funny or stupid or whatever. And we ended up with this gigantic database of fan selected clip list, basically. And then Kyle and I went through the whole thing and picked out some stuff that we liked that we wanted to put on this show. And then Janus, who is one of the admins in the Discord, spent a lot of time, like, huge shout out to him because he worked his ass off.
Thanks,
on this
bro.
project. Yeah, seriously, man. You are definitely executive producer of this show.
Yes, you are.
Tony contributed in that project too.
Oh, Tony did too? Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, cool. And let's see, LP was the one who made the database.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so all the
Lots of producers.
Yeah,
in this
lots of
show.
producers.
yeah.
Yeah, LP, Tony, and Janus, and then of course there was a whole super secret channel that I totally don't know about where stuff was happening. There's probably producers from that too
Definitely.
that I don't know about. So yeah, so I can't, since so many people are secret, I don't know whose name, what names they are. But anyway, so we have a clip list, and we're gonna kind of go through some of these, and we have zero plans. Basically we just.
Classic Snake Bros fashion.
Yeah, we have this whole list of clips here. We kind of know what's in some of them. But the whole idea is for this to be, like, what would you call it? We're kind of like retrospective.
Yeah.
We're going to look back on silly, stupid, hilarious, and awesome parts of the podcast from the past and just have fun with it and see where it goes. And then possibly other secret plans that I don't know about. So
Yeah, so there's no particular order to the list because we got the list, and we could try to order it, but there's some that we don't actually know what they are.
Yeah. So we're just going to do it cold. It's
Yeah.
classic Snake Bros. We have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so you want to try out?
Yeah, let's hear the first.
try.
Let's hear the first
All right,
one
let's
here.
see what the first one.
Yeah,
let's see what the first one's all
see
about.
What it says.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Brothers of the Serpent podcast. Dead seriousness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angels and demons and monsters and serpents, it is Brothers of the Serpent podcast coming to you unplugged from the 10x10x10 tangent cube of science, proving that we did indeed make this music. Unplugged. Tangent cube of science unplugged. That's right. Hey, kick up your volume a bit there, buddy.
Oh, me? What?
Your volume on your I can't hear you very well.
Our acoustics shit is just, it's really loud, but it's getting loud.
I can hear me great, but I can't hear you at all.
All
Sorry,
right.
should I have waited on that?
Sometimes it is suggested that the Moai were
Whoa,
huge simply
yeah.
because...
Whoops.
We got to make sure
Oops.
this thing doesn't keep playing.
Oh, it's got an autoplay going?
Yeah, it's
Come
got
on.
autoplay. Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
autoplay.
Yeah, I got to stop that.
All right, so yeah, that was
That was a very early, that was the acoustic version of the intro. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I'm gonna figure out the autoplay.
Yeah.
All right, see? Doing it on the fly. Zero mistakes.
Zero mistakes. All right.
Totally no edits, and we got that problem figured out.
Kyle claims he's got it figured out. I'm still not sure.
It's just totally different order now, but we have better names. So what do we want to go to next? We're going to work on this. The simulation.
Okay, let's hear that one.
Let's hear it.
This is from episode...
Mr. England, show observer Brett England's dad. Thanks very much, man. It's really awesome. Just the whole thing. So here it is.
Why are you sick every time?
If we are in fact living in a computer-generated universe, of course the brain is a sophisticated computer,
Am I sick?
allowing the players in the game to play as
It's both of these. You sound like you've had a stuffed nose.
That's your editing, bro. That's all audio engineering right there. That's definitely a different.
I might have
microphone.
edited your face, but. All right,
Yeah, by the way, so this is from episode 53. We should at least say that.
Okay, yeah,
right?
there we go.
Episode 53, here we go.
What was the other one? The other one was episode 31.
Yeah.
So we're jumping around here. Tangents all over.
Right.
Here we go.
from Mr. England, show observer Brett England's dad. Thanks very much, man. It's really awesome. Just the whole thing. So here it is. If we are in fact living in a computer-generated universe, of course the brain is a sophisticated computer, allowing the players in the game to play as individuals. Possible, after all, because the program is so sophisticated that all this reality is perceived as real. Imagine the sophistication of the rules of this game to allow choice but not without consequence. The part we don't know is where we come from or go to, nor what we are supposed to achieve while here. I guess that's the purpose of the avatars that were sent throughout history to teach us what the operations manual says. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the avatars that he's talking about that are teaching us are like Viracocha
And Jesus and Buddha and all of that. Yeah,
Dude, that's freaking cool,
all
man.
the ancient ascended masters, like
the ones who
basically.
are woke.
Right.
Oh, no.
Just a virus. I can smell you.
Oh man, fucking unexpected Agent Smith.
Yeah. Swear words. Lots of them.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't
Not a
believe
problem. Not a problem. Just keep the kids out of the room, folks. These earlier episodes are sweary.
That was a great email.
Yeah, that was from the Gram Watcher. That's why it's called Simulation GW.
Who was the guy that just started throwing in the bad jokes right after that amazing email?
I don't know who that was.
I'm not sure I like that guy. I need to put a comment on that website and be like, that guy needs to shut up.
So what do you think after 150 more episodes, you think we're in the simulation?
No,
No.
not in the computer sense, like not in the Matrix style
Yeah.
sense, but I mean, what he was saying in the email all pertains to like the spirit realm and all that kind of stuff too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying that it's a simulation that's so perfect that you can't tell. I mean, whether that's Matrix or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Alex Sakura says, simulation of what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Kyle has said before too, like, who cares if it's a simulation? It's
Figure out how it works.
Yeah. It's still got rules. So, but yeah, I think that
that it's ultimately it comes down to like what is the definition of a simulation once it gets that perfect,
yeah.
and that it might as well be reality
Right.
at that point.
Yeah. And does it matter?
Yeah, does that matter? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. Like unless all some of these ancient teachings are trying to teach us how to leave the simulation. Like in the Matrix, they have this whole
Yeah, like Buddhism, the whole transcendentalism
become
and all that.
ascended. Yeah.
Yeah, ascended master.
That's right. Exactly.
Not me, folks.
Nope. All right, what we got? What else we have here? Short
Okay.
one, episode 166. This is real short.
Yep.
We love you. Always have.
Always will.
Good night, Adamu.
Get back to work.
Oh, yeah.
That sounded familiar.
Yeah, I think I know who that guy was. Yeah, I think that was just somebody just really loved how that ending seemed like it was planned, but it was totally
Not planned.
Yeah,
That was
totally
you
not.
pointing at me.
It was
me panicking. Like, wow, what am I
Kyle's
supposed to
pointing
say?
at me again.
It was about 6 takes to get it right, but it was not planned. No, it's just kidding. What's this? Mind blown effect. So this is episode 58.
Man, you just blew my mind.
Anyway, Genghis Khan is totally buried in Rockwall.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Hold on a
Did I
second.
just say Genghis Khan is buried in Rockwall?
Hold on a second.
Who is that guy?
You just blew
Man,
my
you
mind.
just blew my mind.
Anyway, Genghis Khan is totally buried in Rockwall.
That's freaking awesome. So the other thing I realized right before we started this segment is that Rockwall is on the 33rd parallel. And years ago, years ago,
We need like a mind-blown explosion sound effect.
That's good.
Yeah, don't worry, past self. We did get one.
The future us's will get one of those. We actually did something we said we should do, right?
Yeah.
See, that's
Yeah,
proof.
That's right. That we know what we're doing. Plan things out.
Because people are still mad that we haven't gone to Rockwall.
Yeah, we'll get there one day.
All right, Golden Age problems. Here we go.
You have this time now where
Episode
we can
70.
speak to each other instantaneously across the globe, across the sea, over the mountain. You know, through the center of the world, like
Beyond the sea,
think about it.
she's there waiting for me.
That's very good. If I'm talking,
My lover sits on golden sands and watches the ships as they go sailing. All right.
if I'm talking to someone on the other side of the world, it's like I'm speaking through the earth to them. So there's this like, if everything
Using
was
crystals, 'cause we actually are.
exactly. If everything was destroyed now, I'd be like, back in this time, we were so great. We had this magic, and everything was one. We were one with the world. We were all communing to each other.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, we had the internet.
Yeah.
No, we were actually fighting scriptards on the internet that whole time.
And it sucked because they're assholes.
That's right.
And everybody knows.
And when our connections broke down, we were like, dang it. So life was hard.
Golden Age problem.
That's good. What? Who wrote that song?
That was Bobby Darin. That is my favorite rendition. I'm not sure if he wrote it.
Okay. So you Bobby Darin rolled me on that one.
I did. Yeah, it was a Darin roll.
Darin roll.
Yeah, it's a great song, and yeah, you were making good points. That was we were kind of riffing on the idea.
The way we look back in history at the Golden Age.
Right.
Everything was wonderful, and it was like every flower was perfect and it smelled wonderful. The bees didn't sting you, and it was just great. I was like, no.
False. Yeah,
Everyone could espouse their opinions and no one would get mad.
that's right.
Not true, ever.
Not ever true. Yeah. Yeah. So what was that?
So I'm sorry to be a pessimist there, but Snake and a Caveman. Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
story.
and this is episode 94.
Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting to.
Yeah. Let me call these out because you're
All right,
only
I
fucking
won't.
this
I
up,
won't
buddy.
do it anymore. You know what? I should just give you the mouse. Here, take this.
Wow, he's really giving me the mouse, folks. He's mad.
No, I'm not mad. That's I'm like a Golden Age guy.
All right, Snake in Caveman poo. I think I remember this story. Let's see.
Analysis. Caveman's poo reveals he ate an entire rattlesnake. This is a great story, and it's very strangely written with a bunch of pictures, but I cut all that out, so.
Hold on, did Marty just leave?
Yep, he bailed.
Okay, I guess he can't handle it. We're pissing him off.
Just weird. This is from the dailystar.co.uk. Archaeologists were stunned to find a 1,500-year-old fossilized human poo contained an entire snake. The snake, almost certainly a type of rattlesnake, was swallowed without any kind of cooking or preparation, suggesting that it was seated as part of a religious ritual or possibly for a bet. Which is why we specified caveman. Swallowing venomous animals for a laugh is very much a bloke's thing.
It wasn't a bet, it was a dare.
Wait, is this one of the episodes where you were actually using paper?
I think so.
Yeah, you printed your news stories
I've been
out?
thinking about bringing that back.
Yeah, you probably should bring it back.
Yeah.
They're all sitting around drinking beer and they're like, do it.
Same deal. I bet you can't. You won't eat that whole snake. It gets better. A team led by archaeologist Eleanor Sonderman from Texas A&M University re-examined a collection of coprolites that had been collected from Conejo Shelter Site in the Lower Pecos Canyonlands of southwest Texas. One of the samples stood out because it contained not only an entire rodent that had been swallowed without cooking or even skinning, but also a complete rattlesnake, including its fangs. So it's like the snake is going for the rat, and he's like, no. Just like chomps them both down. Jeez. The poo showed the snake had been eaten complete, with skin and fangs. The fang, with venom channel clearly visible, passed through the eater's digestive system. The team speculated that the snake was eaten for religious purposes.
Come on.
Why? The archaeologist's research paper says, zoo archaeological analysis found the remains of a small rodent, evidently eaten whole, with no indication of preparation or cooking. Notably, the bones, scales, and a fang of a snake in the Viperidae family were also recovered from the coprolite, which is the first direct archaeological evidence of venomous snake consumption known to the researchers. The paper is headed, Potential Ritualistic Viperous Snake Consumption.
God, these people have never been to a frat party, honestly.
All right, this gets even better. U.S. tech site Gizmodo asked Professor Sonderman whether it was possible that the snake remains found got into the prehistoric poo by chance rather than being eaten. But she told them this was highly unlikely. The ingestible materials include some fibrous portions of plants, fur, bones, and the like. She told them the indigestible materials in the coprolite were coated in fecal matter. Based on the archaeological context, it is possible that large portions of plant materials might have adhered to the coprolite soon after deposition, but these exterior materials were removed from the coprolite before analysis. Bottom line, the fang was inside the coprolite, not hanging onto it. No, Gizmodo. Scriptards.
Yeah, so I think
he ate the whole rattlesnake and the rat. It's a female running this thing, and they determined it was a dude. Like, it's just a turd. They're like, it's obviously a guy's turd.
yeah, only blokes do this.
It's like, man, he must not have been a snake bro.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was trying to become one.
Let's see if I can find this. Yeah, so History Shift linked this to me. The study of human coprolites from the Conejo Shelter site in Texas has been identified, so on and so forth. And his comment was, which snake bros left this? LOL. I replied, snake bros don't let snake bros eat other snake bros.
Snake bros?
Still true.
Those were great stories.
Whole rattlesnake.
Yeah. They're like, I bet you won't eat that rat. Swallow it whole. He's like, oh yeah? Okay then. Bet you won't eat that whole snake. Bet lost.
That's a great story. Still good after all this time. But it's funny to me, that's like for ritual purposes.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I guess. it could be a ritual. I mean, you could claim that taking a bet is a ritual of a kind, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe that's just what the kind of cuisine that dude liked.
Yeah. Whole
snake.
whole rat followed by entire snake.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, we got
Danger noodles and squeaks. It's ancient cuisine favorite, household favorite. We got Alien Insurance from episode 96.
Yeah, this is another story, right? A news story, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Is an alien invasion covered by insurance? This is a fantastic story, guys. There is insurance for alien abductions, property damage from a UFO, and alien vandalism.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that the International Academy of Astronautics, the IAA Institute, has a detailed plan for how to announce an event of an extraterrestrial discovery? In 1989, the IAA adopted the Declaration of Principles Concerning Activities Following the Detection of Extraterrestrial Intelligence. Revised in 2010, it is now referred to as the First Protocol, which is a way better name.
Yeah.
So we pursued the question, what if there was an alien invasion? What if aliens visit and cause bodily injury or property damage? Is insurance available to cover such liabilities? The search for aliens has been ongoing for decades. Because of NASA discoveries, about half of humans are convinced that alien life exists. In fact, scientists and astronomers are still theorizing and disagreeing over whether the interstellar Oumuamua was an asteroid, a comet, or something else entirely.
That was the cigar-shaped thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The extrasolar cigar shaped, not a spaceship.
Yeah. The accelerating cigar.
Right. No discussion of extraterrestrial insurance would be complete without addressing the possible risk of alien abduction. Alien Abduction Insurance, or AAI, aka UFO insurance, supposedly covers the insured in the event that he or she can provide verification of abduction by non-human life forms or aliens. In 1994, a company now known as UFO Abduction Insurance Company insured 35,000 Americans against being kidnapped and eaten by aliens. Today, this company sells a $10 million policy and has sold more than 100,000 policies with at least 2 paid-out claims.
Wow.
UFO abduction.
Do you think this is a hoax? I mean, this is like a spoof article?
I don't know. But now I'm starting to think is if this is real and the stuff that's happening in the news right now, they may be paying out a lot of insurance. Because a lot more people are going to be able to prove it. Like, look what's happening right now. The government's saying it's true.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just listening to this. I'm like, is this real? I
You
mean,
think we got trolled?
maybe we got trolled.
Yeah, it's
but I guess, I
possible.
mean, an insurance company, if they thought, like, yeah, sure, bro.
Yeah.
I'll insure you
I'll
for getting
insure you
abducted.
against alien abduction. Yeah. Because we're never.
Obviously, some insurance companies out there believed that the
Yeah.
person,
Yeah,
the
they
claim
paid out
was like
twice.
legit.
Yeah.
They send their agent out, you know, like, okay, you're going to have to go, do this. What do they call it? When they send the agent out when you file a claim.
Oh, like an adjuster. They
Yeah,
send the adjuster out.
Send the UFO adjuster out there. Okay, here we go.
An insurance company is not the only policy option. Lloyd's of London has sold approximately 20,000 alien policies, according to Sun Life UK. In 2018, Insurance Business reported that Budget Insurance in the UK was promoting a new alien abduction insurance policy option, offering to add their interested homeowner policyholders to a waiting list.
If I was in the UK, I would get crop circle insurance.
That's legit, though.
Farmers in the UK should have crop circle
Wait a minute.
insurance.
Wait a minute. What are you saying?
I'm saying because your crops get destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, right?
I mean, are you saying that alien abduction insurance is not legit?
Oh, no. Okay, all right. You got me.
What are you trying to say here, buddy?
I'm meaning that from the perspective of the insurance company, thinking
Yeah,
like,
crops get destroyed. Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and they're there for you to go look at.
Right.
But they've been destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like the abduction story may just be
Yeah.
something that
But if you could tie your abduction to a crop circle being made, then you ought to be able
Be
to
in the
pull
money,
those
bro.
claims. Yeah, yeah.
you're right. I almost yeah. All right, here we go.
UFO, or unidentified flying object, lands on and destroys your house,
there is no exclusion for that damage. However, if the UFO lands on the ground causing holes, that damage would fall under the land exclusion. Should the UFO leave any parts to be removed, that debris removal expense is not covered, as debris removal is for covered property only. Should aliens come into and destroy the home, there would be coverage for that direct physical loss.
Come on.
The HO0003 personal property is covered on a named perils basis, and there is no named perils for aliens eating the coffee table. Insureds concerned about aliens invasions should consult their agent about an HO0005.
Gang, gang, gang. Get your insurance.
There is an exception under the expected or intended injury exclusion for bodily injury resulting from the use of reasonable force to protect persons or property. If an alien came into your residence threatening damage or bodily harm, you could use force to defend yourself, and the policy would defend you against claims of injury from the alien. If an alien infects you with a communicable disease and you then infect others, no coverage will apply for any resulting bodily injury or property damage arising out of this communicable disease. General liability. The ISO general liability coverage form provides third-party liability coverage for bodily injury or property damage sustained by the insured. The form includes several provisions that would apply in the event of bodily injury or property damage caused by or resulting from a UFO or alien. Anyway, it's hilarious, dude. They just keep going on and explaining how business income and extra expenses and aliens as the insured. Would aliens be eligible for purchase of an insurance policy? That would depend on if an alien were actually termed as an individual or some kind of collective. It's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying.
That is freaking awesome.
$10 million.
Wow.
I feel like we got trolled on that one.
Yeah. I mean, we obviously read it in the spirit of hilarity. So.
Yeah. I was believing it up until they were talking about insuring the aliens being getting the insurance themselves.
Well, I mean, this is a good legal question.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably talking about it now.
Yeah, and if they're really correct that Lloyd's of London has sold 20,000 alien abduction insurance policies. Yeah. So it's just whether it was a troll or not is a good question.
But yeah, going back, I mean, even if the insurance company thinks it's BS, it's like in their interest
somebody wants to pay
sell
for
it.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they think that it's
and then you have somebody, you're like, okay,
they're just paying you money.
Like write up a whole legal document on how this alien insurance will work.
It's a good point. All right, maybe we're not getting trolled. I don't know. Marty's back.
Yeah. What happened,
bro?
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay. Come on, man. We got 3 minutes left in the segment. All right. What is this? What do
How
we got?
long is that one?
I don't know.
1 minute. Okay, we can play it. It's called S&R Monkeys from episode 103.
All right, here we go.
People always envision this, like they imagine, like, okay, now we're gonna have like soldier monkeys, like wearing armor, because they're expendable. That's where you say, okay, yeah. So there you have the example of tool gone bad or tool being used badly, right? You also have the idea of like search and rescue monkeys that go out into like national parks and can find somebody who's lost because they're badass at that kind of shit and they know the forest.
Wow, that's
right. So
cool.
like, that's what I'm saying. You have any tool and it can be used for good or bad, and you can't say that's bad because it could be used for bad. We shouldn't do it. That's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Man, search and rescue monkeys. I need to patent that.
Now you're starting to treat them like animals.
They are.
You're trying to make a bunch of money off of them.
I'm just pointing out that they are, in fact, animals, though.
So are we.
Yeah.
Come on.
Treat them like a bunch of animals.
Search and rescue monkeys.
Yep. Have you made any money from that idea yet? Oh,
did I patent it?
Jeez. No. Well, all right. What do we got? We got this one from Scotty Baldwin, and a listener. I think it was
Chris.
Chris had picked this one.
Yeah. So this is from episode 110.
It's real short.
Yeah, where we had Scotty on the show.
Let's see.
It's easy for you guys because you grew up together, you know each other, you say the same thing, you laugh together. We celebrate you as listeners of yours and fans of your show. We celebrate you and your relationship and your curiosity.
Sounds like she was thinking that for 200, like the episode. I don't know. Like what he's saying, he could be saying it to us right now.
Oh,
or
yeah.
she could be saying that to us right now. Like,
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I took
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I think her description was that she just thought it was that he was speaking for all the listeners. Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet. Thank you for that.
Very sweet. We have a lot more clips, but we about to take a break here.
Well, before we go to the break, I got something I got to do.
Okay, all right. So here comes the
I got to face my demons here. Okay.
We got secret stuff coming out.
Yeah, this is where I was wondering when the secret stuff is going to happen.
Well, I have to read this thing.
Okay.
And which, my arch nemesis.
Oh, right. No problem.
Okay. So, I'm honored to be here representing the Snake Force.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that they've been scheming behind
That's right.
behind this secret wall that you don't know is there, right?
Right, yeah. I didn't know anything secret was happening.
So LP and I put this little thing together for speaking on behalf of the Snake Force.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get through this in a reasonably coherent way. Dear Russ and Kyle, you approach the weird, wonderful aspects of this curious existence with the same sincerity and respect you hold for each other. All at once, it's remarkable that the most natural thing in the world. You have taken a collection of misshapen ideas, eroded understandings, and forged them through the sands of time in the breath of smoke and fire and forceful imaginations of yesteryear's giants. You have assembled this comedic cornucopia into a great tower that stretches towards the heavens, an axis mundi that seeks to understand itself and its relationship to the earth below and the heavens above. You have manifested a congregation of human outliers and done the most divine thing possible. You have given us a name. We are snakes.
All right. Wow.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you for possessing the courage to pierce the veil between common perception and the reality of the world around us. Thank you for forging the brotherhood spanning across the globe. Thank you for initiating challenging conversations for us all. And thank you for giving us a home where we can feel free to engage in dialogue without fear of judgment. May this show, the music, these ideas, and the people so moved by them, may they all live on in infinity, reverberating through human experience and for the generations to come. Wow. Blessings to you and your homes. Cheers from love. We love you from all around the globe. Always have and always will. Snakes.
Man.
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much.
So that's not all.
Okay, it's not all.
We've got a little surprise for you. So
Ooh, that hit me right in the feels, buddy. Thank you so
warm
much.
and fuzzies, warm and fuzzies. Thank you.
I
so
wish
much.
I didn't have this cold that I could have delivered that a little bit better. But
that was
me and
good.
words.
Yeah, that was good.
No, it
So,
was good.
As we go to break, we'll go and take a look, and then we'll come back and discuss.
Okay, yeah. And
Well, I just got to say that it's been it's just phenomenal to me hearing that from all of you, because it doesn't feel like we've done anything other than just like sit in here and just talk about stuff that's fun to talk about.
that's
The
right.
effect that it has on you guys is a gift. It's awesome.
Yeah. Humbling,
Yeah, absolutely.
amazing, and
Not expected.
not expected, and extremely gratifying.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the forest, speaking back to the trees, sees it quite a bit different. We feel that you've given us far more than what we could ever give back, but we're going to try. We're going to try to show the enormous amount of love you guys have amassed from all over. I
Wow.
mean, just amazing, the show of support.
I might cry.
yeah,
Could happen.
it is possible. All right, folks. So we're going to take a break. Thank you, by the way,
Yeah,
Marty
thanks.
and LP and all of the Discord, all the Snake Force. But we are going to take a break, and part of what you'll be hearing in the break are like recordings from various Snake Force members that were sent to us. So we're going to be spacing those out in the breaks, and then there'll probably be some at the end of the show as well. So stay tuned for that during the break music here, and we'll be right back.
Snakes!
Snakes, thanks for helping me and my dad do mysteries together and love fossils and like hunting things. I just want to say thanks.
Yo, yo, yo. It's me, the resident Black Shaman. Just wanted to say a massive, massive thank you to Ross and Keith for all the hard work they do. No, I'm only joking. Kyle, Russ, we really appreciate you here in the pit, man. You've brought some of us out of some real dark places over the last few years. All my friends and family in the pit, I love all you guys. Special shout outs to Chipperagua, Janice, and all the other guys, LP McQuack, Levi, Bronze Age Tony, you all know who you are, but yeah, big love. Shout outs to the Snake fam, the Snake Force in general. Thank you very much for all you do, Ross, Keith, we love you.
Angels and demons, monsters and serpents. Russ and Kyle lifted my soul, broke the boundaries of history, provided me clues to a spiritual awakening, and blew my fucking mind, man. The ancient mysteries, the metaphysical realm, and the universe at large now harmoniously resonate inside of me with an overwhelming whoa, 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 whoa.
Saludos, Kyle, Russ. I love that you don't dismiss ideas, but ponder on them. From physics to faith, you cover it all. You bring it all together, and you don't expect to be right. Keep it going, hermanos. Que Dios me los bendiga siempre.
Hey y'all, I just wanted to say that the work that's going on in this podcast is just absolutely magnificent, and there's nothing else that I would rather hear when I'm turning to a podcast to just relax and wonder, and it's just full of wonder, and that's all. Thanks, bye-bye.
Andy was the dog's name, and even if he hated snakes, I don't. This is Drew from Glasgow with a thank you to the Brothers of the Serpent. Thank you, Brothers of the Serpent. Dead men naked shall be one with the man and the wind and the west moon. When the bones are picked clean and the clean bones gone, they shall have stars at elbow and foot. Though they go mad, they shall be sane. Though they sink through the sea, they shall rise again. The lovers be lost, love shall not. And I thank you, Brothers of the Serpent.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes.
What just happened?
So Marty just forced us out of the cube.
Yeah.
And into the house where all of the gifts that you people in the Snake Force out there sent us, which was a mountain of gifts.
Yeah, and it was
beers and coffee and all the good stuff that we need for the podcast.
Handmade things and gems and jewels and notes and oh my god, a super secret codex,
cash, cold and hard. By the way,
hard cash for the.
It was just everything, the artwork, the just all of it. Just wow! Thank you guys so much. Totally didn't expect that. Yeah. Obviously, that was one of the super secret things that we were not supposed to be snooping around and trying to figure out, which we didn't.
That's right.
This right here is for my brother Chip that made this possible. He organized all this thing. A lot of hard work went into this, and God, keeping it a secret was tough.
I bet. Hey, man, it wasn't easy for me to not look at that secret. I always check the Discord, and there was that channel always marked as having posts in it, and I was like, I'm not allowed to look in there.
What's interesting is that I popped into the Discord one day, which is rare.
Yeah.
And I just so happened to see the part of the conversation where you were like, super secret channel, and then you were like, oops, maybe I'm not supposed to see that. And they were like, yeah, stay out of there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And I saw the channel, and I was like, all right.
Yeah. I ended up muting it because it was driving me nuts, I'll like to go through and check all the channels, and then they stop being bold, right? And that one was always bright white, and I'm like, dang it!
You're gonna have a lot of reading to do now.
Oh crap! I gotta pull the watcher up here. Yeah, so we couldn't take the watcher with us. That was the only hang up. He's floating in a tin can in outer space, and I mean, I'm sure with the technology that you have out there, you're able to just like see what was going on. So I don't know why you were so mad, but.
Laura recorded everything, so everything we'll make sure everything's available online.
That's right. So there will be a video. I mean, there is one. Laura recorded everything. Also, Mom, because the whole family was down here. It is down here for this. They're helping Laura with the kids. I'm hoping to get at some point. I'm going to get the snake parents in here to say hi to you guys. So that'll happen. But yeah, everybody was in there, and Kyle and I walked. Marty let us in the door, and we were just like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
it was amazingly done, well presented. Thank you so much. I had he just left in the middle of the segment. We were like, "Where did Marty go?" Maybe
this never happens. But of course, as you know. We knew that there were super secret things going on. We did not question him.
That's right. We did know.
Except maybe I actually did question him when he got. Where were you?
Yeah, we questioned him twice. I said, "Where did he go?" And then when he came back in, you said, "Where were you?"
It's hard to plan things when there's no script.
That's right.
Welcome to our
welcome
world,
to the podcast. So you guys did a fantastic job of planning around something that has no plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
In true Snake Bros fashion.
That's right. Pulled it off, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I still don't even know what to say. I can't possibly express the gratitude. And so let's go ahead and do this now before we get back into the clips, which is the clips are more of a celebration of the show and what we've, the stupid stuff we said. But you guys just, listening to this, you just heard part of the celebration of the listeners, right? So you were listening, you just got back from the break, you heard the break music and some of the recordings that they have sent us as part of the super secret plan. So like we received these files with all of these recordings from listeners very recently. And so I just want to say that a big part of starting this podcast was the way Kyle and I looked at it was we want to join the conversation that was already happening out there with people like Soraya and possibly Micah Hanks. We haven't talked to him yet. Well, actually, we did. I talked to Micah Hanks briefly because we were talking to him about Cosmographia.
That's right.
And Randall Carlson and just so many other people. And we were like, we want to be in on this conversation. But we also wanted to be in on a conversation with all of you, with everyone who is out there who is interested in this stuff. So not just like the big name authors, which is fun. But you guys know we're not really guest heavy. What we're more interested in is having a conversation with each other and with you. And so the Discord and the emails has helped us get to know you better.
Yeah.
And it has always been a pleasure to learn what our audience is like, what you guys are like. And, you never cease to amaze us.
It's been a huge part of this, of what makes this so like my favorite time of the week, every week,
right?
Is as the emails started to develop, that became like one of my favorite things is to hear from all of you, and,
right?
We had the names, the aliases people give themselves. It was just so cool, and it was. I don't remember if I've said this recently, but in the beginning, we were talking to each other, and then because we had one listener, Brenner.
Yeah. Shout out, Brenner. What's up, buddy?
Thanks, buddy.
Still listening.
It was like I'm talking to Brenner too, and then Archer, and of course all of our close friends, Ty, Kmart, and so that was interesting. But when the emails started coming in, and we started to get an idea of like these are the personalities of the people that are out there that care. It became a different thing.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. So it was definitely shaped the way the show goes and the way I think about doing the show and all that.
For sure. And I just, we've been sitting here talking to Marty in the breaks and before we started the show. And I just want you guys to know that we, especially with this gesture that you guys just made through Marty towards us, like we feel the love. But I want you to know that we return it exactly as much, if not more. because it's really us coming down here every week. We're talking to you, you know. I know that kind of sounds cheesy, but it's real. That's really what's happening. Like, we're talking to each other. Kyle and I are speaking to each other through the podcast, and we're doing the show because we love doing the show, but you're always a part of it. You're in here in the cube with us, you know. And on the other hand, though, I'm also a podcast listener, so I am aware of the strange relationship that you build up.
One-sided relationship.
Yeah, that you build up with the hosts. You know, you're always like a fly on the wall, right? You can't join in the conversation, but you guys do. You know, when we're talking on this show, we're talking to you, and we've learned how you think and the things you say through various ways of communicating with us. And, you know, like I said, I read every comment. I read as much of the Discord as I can. I read every email, and I communicate as much of that as I can to Kyle. So we're constantly learning about you guys and getting to know you better. And the love is definitely returned. So thank you so much. Thank you. Really, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for that.
I want to interject here too. And it's just really difficult. There's so many people to thank. There's so many people that were involved in this. But definitely one that we you know, from my end of it, we wouldn't be as involved if it weren't for Jeff El Jefe.
Oh yeah,
he's the one that organized the Discord, and he rules it with an iron fist.
That's right.
He keeps us all in line, and he's, you know, in large part brought a lot of us together and given us a tool to be able to participate in discussions with you about the topics you bring up in the show.
Right. And with each other, which is the important part to me.
You know, that's one thing that I think it gets missed a lot in the comments. You know, you read the letters and stuff, and I get the impression that a lot of those people don't realize or haven't taken advantage of the opportunity that the Discord gives.
Right.
Where they bring up these issues and they say, hey, check this out. And we're like, bring it to us.
Yeah,
we're the ones that want to talk about it.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. That's part of what the beauty of the Discord is, that the Snake Force can speak to each other, right? Not just to us. That's also cool that we are able to talk to you guys, but it's also bringing you guys all together to talk to each other, because it's impossible for Kyle and I to address everything that people want to talk about. It's not possible, right? But so it's great that you guys have a place where you can all talk to each other, and then you guys can really talk about those topics.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only have, 2 to 3 hours to cover these topics where we might discuss these things for a week or more.
That's right.
With a vast amount of knowledge on all different types of disciplines. I mean, there's an expert in every field, know.
That's right. That's right. And people from all over the world with different perspectives, just like you're saying. So it's so anybody who's listening to this who's not in the Discord, I really encourage you to get in there. It's easy to join up. There is a connect button on the website. So if you go to brothersoftheserpent.com, you can easily join the Discord. And that's how all this got started. The whole idea for episode 200, the entire planning with all the clips, and then this amazing secret that just got pulled off with all the gifts.
Yeah.
So join the Discord, folks, if you want to be in the wider conversation around the topics that we cover on this show and much more.
Yeah, and I want to say, too, that I'm really looking forward to doing some meetups.
Yes.
And Laura and I went to Enchanted Rock and checked it out, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And, the whole time, the whole purpose was, or one of the main purposes was to go explore the area and kind of think about it in terms of just like a meetup. And there's like camping spots, and there's a cool little gathering place.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm just like, dude, we need to set that up because I'm not in the chat rooms very much. It's hard for me to stay up to speed on that.
Yeah.
I'm not a social media person really. And so I definitely want to meet all of you people and hang out.
Yeah.
So I think the Watcher wants to come on and say something. What do you say, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still sort of blown away just by the general outpouring of, appreciation and love. And it's reminded me that I've said to people at both CAC events, people who send me messages on Twitter and so on, that with this podcast, we've managed to achieve something very powerful. For me, one of the biggest parts of organized religion, one of the only appeals that it has, is a sense of fellowship, togetherness, a oneness. You're all brought there by the same purpose. And so often, the ideas that we have, these things that are against the mainstream, create this sort of intellectual isolation, right? Like, we don't talk to most people about them because they look at us like we're crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But through the Snake Force and through this podcast, what we've done is we've given people a place where that fellowship is real.
We decided to say all that stuff and just put it on the internet for free. Instead of trying to talk to like one person.
So what you're saying is we're a cult.
I was going to say that. That's exactly what I was thinking.
We're applying for the 501c now.
That's right.
But seriously, yeah, I think that's cool too.
I get
It's
exactly what you're saying. Yeah. Cult of the Snake. I mean, we might as well start the Brotherhood of the Serpent. Cult of the Snake.
That's the goal, dude, is to fix it.
That's right.
You know,
that was part of the point.
It's been taken over by these.
That's right. By the custodians.
The custodians. And we're like, let's snake it back.
Yeah,
people.
All right, let's get back to some clips. Let's see what we got here. Where's our list?
We're here.
Okay, yeah. So this is from episode 134, and it is called it's called Blender.
I know you want a blender.
I want a blender. Like, first blow them up, set them on fire, and then pick them up with ice, and then move them with water into the cave.
It's just terrifying. It's not funny, man.
And then seal them in there forever. I know, it's really not. It's too soon.
Still too soon.
Too soon.
So, okay, this is an ongoing joke. We talk about Russ wanting a blender, and then we use the term blender caves.
Yeah.
And so people, for any new listeners that haven't gone through the back catalog, I think we were going through Velikovsky's
Earth and
Upheaval.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's
what's the name of that cave, dude, with the pillars?
Oh, the Hypogeum?
Yeah.
That's right. We had the Brenner.
Because it's full of all these fossils and all this crazy stuff all stirred up. And, and you know, Russ was like, it's like, you know, the floods came in and just tore through there, and it was just like a blender, just blended everything up. And I was just like, I don't know
about that. Yeah.
And so then we look at an image of the cave, and there's these square pillars with like really sharp corners, and Brenner's just like, those pillars look pretty bladey.
That's right, because Kyle was like, a blender has blades. And then we look at the picture, and Brenner's like, those pillars look pretty bladey.
So yeah, we've never left that one.
Yeah, and the extended joke, right, is that we all have our thing. Like, I'm the blender.
Cymatics.
And you're cymatics, and the watcher is spinning mercury.
It needs to be a question in the Discord to get out of the hatchery.
That's right, it does.
That would be a difficult one.
That would be a tough one, yeah. I have noticed that, you know, the new hatchlings in the hatchery, they always pick the easy questions, right? Like, there's some
get
people
rid of those easy questions.
There's some people that come in there and they just like answer every one of them, even though the instructions say like, please pick out of these 3 questions to answer, right? Some people
three set.
Some people answer all of them, but for the most part, people are like, they answer the easy ones, like, how did you find the podcast? Who makes the music?
Yeah.
So I think we should. Should we get rid
Let's
of
make it hard?
Make it harder?
We're going to start to restrict access.
You can't get how did you find the podcast wrong.
I know, right? It's impossible.
Take that question out. Well, no, you can, because if they don't listen to it, then they're going to just, if they try to fake that answer, if they don't listen to the podcast.
Right.
If they're just trolling Discord chats.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, we don't even figure that out right now. Should we move on?
Yeah.
We got Laura.
Yeah, so this is from 144. I think this is from a Gods of Eden series, and this is Laura, and I think she picked this. So let's hear what we got here.
Did she pick this?
I think so.
When I was listening to the first 2 parts to take my notes, I was happy that you said this one thing that you said. I was like, oh, he's brought some hope to this. Because I was kind of going doom and gloom, like, oh, man, you know, here's the human race created by somebody who wasn't, like, really trying to just make us slaves, didn't really have a, you know, negative. But the original message has been corrupted, and now, you know, it's just, we got the corrupt brotherhood, and it was just, I just felt like I was doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And then Kyle's like, well, I don't know. I I think there's always been some of the good people in there still fighting. Like, I felt like you gave us hope, so I was happy for that.
Yeah, I think that I agree with Kyle, like that the black and white nature of Brambley's outlook is not quite how I see it anymore.
Yeah. So going to that, thinking like, oh yeah, he's right. I guess maybe I had just even forgotten that was an option. I got so engulfed in like, what is this information? What?
Yeah.
And then Kyle's like, oh no, we're okay. I'm like, okay, we're okay.
I mean, we're not okay.
Well, I mean, we're not. But,
we're gonna die.
But going to that there's still a lot of good in there, and we've got this leveling factor of the good and the evil.
Yeah.
But they can always get a one up on the other.
Yeah.
So then that's where I started thinking, it's so mixed up and messed up though, because you've got the good, these people that are trying to bring back the original message. But now they're like having to hang with the corrupt brotherhood and like do their thing and slowly pull it back. I don't know. I just went real deep into like, okay, everything we do actually matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything matters.
Like everything. Like what you're thinking, what you're doing.
I think the message that I get from the book is Bramley is initially saying we need a spiritual science. Right? Heinlein used to say that we need a real science of psychology. If we had a real science of psychology and understood the human mind, really, like understood it in a scientific sense as opposed to like this sort of mushy pseudoscience that it is, if you had a real science, things would be a lot clearer. So what he's saying is if we had a real, and this is what he was talking about with the fruits of the tree, of the knowledge of good and evil versus the tree of life, one represents actual science of ethics, okay? And the other one represents a science of spirit. And those are the two things that are being withheld from the human race by all of this corruption, which is really about the loss of information, you know, because there's a lot of implications in a lot of ancient stories that we did used to have a lot better understanding of this stuff. And I mean, even you go to the Yuga cycles where they say there was a golden age where, this stuff was clear and people were much higher elevated in terms of spirit and physical, both, right? Because if you have a true understanding of the spirit, then your physical body is risen up with that, right? And then you have much more control over yourself, your physical body, and then of course the world around you. And there's all these ideas that some of these people, I mean, it went as far as having mental abilities to move objects, right? You have telepathy and telekinesis.
Like Jedis?
Yeah, like a Jedi, right? Going within yourself in order to control, if you wanted it, control of the outside. But first you have to control yourself. Right?
Yeah.
There's that whole like, what was it, the difference between Yoda and Vader? Yoda wanted to conquer inner space. Vader wanted to conquer outer space. And that is the fundamental difference between the good and the bad sides of the Force.
Oh, James Lucas was a genius.
I love that.
All right, are you going to explain that troll to everybody?
That was like episode 2 or something.
Yeah. It was pretty early on.
I was like, yeah, the guy who made Star Wars. What was his name?
Joseph and Johnson.
I got so mad. Yeah, I started getting nailed for that. So, yeah, I made sure to remember his name properly.
Okay, so that wasn't one of the ones that Laura picked. But
No.
other people picked that, and that was Laura kind of getting. So I think this is the part 3 of the Gods of Eden series, and she was
getting down and out because of all the
she was getting doom and gloom from what the book was saying.
And we had like when we were going through the book, this one thing that you had said to me made a big impression, which was just like, hey, who's good? Are these guys good or are these guys bad? Like trying to figure out who the good guys and the bad guys are.
Yeah.
And your point was like, I don't think it's that simple. There's a lot of gray area, so you can't just assume that one. Like, just take the Masons for example.
Yeah.
Some people are like, they're all bad.
Right.
And some, there's idealized pictures of groups or societies or the past, and I think the realistic picture is that it's neither one. There's gray area in there, and so there's good people everywhere, and there's bad people in every organization, in every group, and in every society, and all throughout history.
That's right.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And it's easy to be pessimistic about a lot of things. It's difficult to find the good in things, but I think that's one of my big takeaways, and that's what I was, talking to Laura about.
Yeah.
Off air, between the shows. It's like, no. Like there's still good actors out there that are trying to carry the message forward and all of that kind of stuff. So,
right. Yeah, and but I agree with her that the first time I went through the book, it was startling.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
very. You got this sense of like enormous, impossible to comprehend, thousands of years long oppression.
Yeah,
and you're just like, how do you even do anything about this? How do you do it? And one of the things you do is what we're doing right now. We explore the mysteries as best we can.
Yeah. Seek the path.
That's right. Seek the path. Glad. Get lost and die looking for the path. It's probably what happens to most of us. Okay, another clip from that same episode, 144 from Gods of Eden. This one's called, what is it? Survivor's Guilt? So,
Yeah, I'm not sure what the SLJ is, but
we'll see.
Here we go.
You will know my name is the Lord.
Yes.
When I rain my vengeance upon thee.
Right? You gotta shout that shit. I just wanted to point out, too, that you can imagine that a group of people who survived a global cataclysm like,
lighting that smoke.
The survivor's guilt of that can make them think, well, maybe we were like
somehow more righteous.
Yeah, they were evil or something, and they were destroyed because they must not have been good. Like God chose to wipe them out.
Right.
So that
survivor's guilt is a known and powerful thing. If you thought that you were one of the few survivors of the entire world, that guilt would be so enormous that the
tendency to think that there was
think that there's some other reason, to get rid of that guilt, you say they must have been evil. The proof that they were evil is that they were destroyed.
Yeah, that one still resonates with me right there.
Yep,
the survivor's guilt. I mean, we were at the Scablands, and talking about the possibility of somebody surviving that episode, standing on like Steptoe Butte.
Yeah.
And looking out there and realizing that everyone's dying except you.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah. It would, I think you would have an enormous amount of survivor's guilt from that. You would ask yourself, why did I survive? Why did everything else die?
Yeah, and one of the ways of dealing with that type of trauma is, convincing yourself that that's
how it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that it was supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
For, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Some weird psychological stuff that I do not understand and hope I never have to understand.
Definitely not experts in at all.
And we are up on another break.
All right.
So let's do it.
All right. So we're
going to hear more from you listeners.
That's right. And we'll be right back.
Sugar!
Howdy, Snakes. This is Eldor. Russ, Kyle, Watcher, Laura. Thank you all for all the hard work you put into this show. It means a lot to me, and I think all your listeners. Thanks a lot. Snakes!
Congrats, Snake Bros, on 200 episodes. Hope you guys shed another 200. Quick question, though. So, do we get 60% brain expansion now, or how does that work? Love you guys.
You boys just keep slithering along.
Thank you, Snake Bros, for giving everybody a place to talk about all these weird esoteric subjects and actually have some sort of logic behind us. Snakes!
What's up, Snakes? This is John WB on Discord and Jean Contamine on Facebook. Just wanted to say how much I appreciate all the work you guys have done over the years. biggest takeaway for me is that you've given me these eyes, kind of a perspective on life. And aside from all the cool information and, the connection to history and sacred geometry and mysteries and all that, to me, one of the greatest prizes from listening to your podcast has been a greater resonance and connection with our ancestors. And I mean our, like, writ large, the humankind, and how things really do move in cycles, and how, we can revere or should revere our ancestors of the past and their accomplishments. So thanks very much, guys, and keep up all the great work.
Hey guys, congrats on reaching episode 200, and thanks for expanding our brains by 6,000%. Schlangen.
I listen to Snake Bros because they take the time to read the important stuff on the air. The music's always fantastic, and they're proof that through hard work and sincerity, good things can come. So keep it up, Snakes.
This is Matt in Delaware with a quick thank you for the Snake Bros. Thanks for the incredible podcast and this amazing community you've built. Shout out to the Snake Force. Snakes!
Ja, nee, ek sit hier so en luister na julle gekletsel van die piramide en die ou tydse klippe en al wat ek aan dink is. Slange! Ja, nee. I'm sitting here listening to you talking about the pyramids and the butt flaps, and the expanding earths, and all I can be thinking is, Slange!
Congrats on episode 200, bros. It's been a fantastic listening experience. It's always good to know that the more you learn, the less you know.
So did I say it wrong?
I don't remember.
I probably did. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half of episode 201, which is the 200th episode. And once again, we're in here with Marty. I just noticed it was later than I thought.
Stop the show. I forgot to get a beer.
Oh, shit.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay. Got my beer. Show continues.
I had a whole bunch of stuff I meant to say at the beginning of this, and I forgot what it was.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
The beers are more important.
Yeah, the beers are good. I'm drinking a Four Corners Brewing Company El Grito Lager.
This is a Kentucky Coffee Barrel Stout.
All right.
And I can't wait to dive into those Brewmaster beers, but I need to get them cold.
That's right.
But that was a beautiful presentation there with them all in the.
Yeah, it really was.
In the boxes.
Okay, let's go back to the clips here. What do we got next? What's going on?
Let's see. What are we doing?
Spaceship Moon from episode 38.
All right, here we go.
Spaceship Moon. As outrageous as the moon as a spaceship theory is, all of the above items are resolved if one assumes that the moon is a gigantic extraterrestrial craft brought here eons ago by intelligent beings.
It's just covered in dust.
This is the this is the only theory that is supported by
It's just covered in dust.
all of the data, and there are no data that contradict this theory. Greek authors Aristotle and Plutarch, and Roman authors Apollonius and Ovid all wrote of a group of people called the Proselynes, who lived in the central mountainous area of Greece called Arcadia. The Proselynes claimed a title to this area because their forebears were there, quote, before there was a moon in the heavens, unquote. This claim is substantiated by symbols on the wall of the courtyard of Calasaya near the city of Tiwanaku in Bolivia, which record that the moon came into orbit around the Earth between 11,500 and 13,000 years ago.
Wow.
Long before recorded history, but right at the exact right time for the massive cataclysm at the end of the Ice Age.
Wait, what happened?
No wonder I feel like I heard that for the first time. Jesus. Just go back.
Spaceship Moon.
I get the very end of that again.
The exact right time for the... Or that the moon came into orbit around the Earth between 11,500 and 13,000 years ago. Long before recorded history, but right at the exact right time for the massive cataclysm at the end of the Ice Age.
Wait, what happened?
That's ridiculous. I'm going to blame that one on the watcher. It's obviously the watcher's fault.
Well, one thing I can say about that clip, other than that the information was cool, was that I glad I don't read stuff like that anymore. Slow down is what I'm thinking to myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm listening to it. I'm like, God, slow down, Russ. You know, stop reading that fast. So, but yeah.
Well, that was episode 38.
Yeah,
so,
I know. Yeah, I've gotten way better.
A little bit.
I think.
You got a little bit better.
Of course. I feel like I've gotten way better. I don't know.
No, you have.
All right, what's next here? We got a whole bunch of these clips we got to get through.
Oh, we got intro clips.
Yeah.
Let's go through the intros. Here we go.
Episode 30,
This
Kyle.
is a Kyle intro. What?
Welcome to Brothers of the Serpent Podcast.
Fired.
Yep. Lost my job.
I think that cat was Jeremy Figgins' cat.
Oh, that's probably
what it was,
right. Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
We were like, was that your cat? And he was like, yes, that was my cat.
All right, let's see. Carnival intro.
Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
And step right up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, to Brothers of the Serpent Podcast. That's right, step right up, see the freak show, see the snakes, the long snakes. This is a show where we attempt to explain everything in the universe using only waves and pyramids and snakes. Now get out of here, kid, you're bothering me.
I probably could do that faster now. Yeah.
All right, we
Back
got
down. All right.
Comedy intro.
Come on, boys. It's time to listen to this week's episode of Snake Prime.
Oh, man, I hope they talk about digging up the airheads.
I remember that too, yeah.
That was 57.
That was right after we got back from Devil's River.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, man.
Oh, look, I got another shot at it on episode 91. Let's see how this goes.
Speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. You are listening to Brothers of the Serpent Podcast.
Excellent intro.
Yeah.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, angels and demons and monsters and serpents to Brothers of the Serpent Podcast.
Coming to you not live
from the 10 by 10
by 10
Tangent Cube of Science high atop the Edwards Plateau.
Nestled amongst this dusty bones.
Oh, man.
Seabed. Yeah, I really know it. I do. just trying to steal it.
Fired.
What, did you start doing it before I did? Is that what happened?
Yeah. I saw you taking a breath, and I jumped in.
Just jumped in.
Started doing it.
All right, where's the automated voice one? I know we've got that one in here somewhere, or at least we I thought we did. Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't see it.
Oh, well, not a problem.
God.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Episode 75, folks.
You guys are roasting me. Here we go.
Numerous others weighed between 100 and 150 tons. Furthermore, many of the biggest monoliths had clearly been joined to each other by eye-shaped metal clamps. In the whole of South America, I knew this masonry technique had been found only on Tiwanakan structures. The last time I had seen the characteristic notched depressions which proved its use had been on ruins on the island of Elephantine in the Nile in the Upper Egypt.
This is the Keystone Cut, where
Yes.
they basically, you put two stones together, and where that connecting line is, you carve a circle or like a ring that goes half on one side and half on the other stone.
Yeah, except that these were T-shaped. So like on one block it's a T, and on the other block it's a T facing the other direction, so it makes this I. That's what they will look like in Tiwanaku. But yeah, keystones could be circles,
Oh, I thought he was saying, okay.
What? What did I read?
The eye-shaped ones or the circular one.
He said, furthermore, many of the biggest monoliths had clearly been joined to each other by eye-shaped metal clamps.
Okay.
So I've seen the keystone cuts from Tiwanaku, and they're all like, they look like eyes.
I still have no idea what you're talking about.
To the side, or like a really fat H.
So the T, like, are curved, basically.
Yeah.
That's what makes it the eye shape.
The T is, if you look at it
sideways.
The T is laying on its side. Yeah. Yeah, but they're actually they would all have been facing upwards.
Right.
But yeah, so if you're looking at it, it's basically a really wide H
my God. Yeah.
or an I laid on its side.
Okay.
So each block has a sideways T carved into it.
There it is. He finally
Just
got it.
got it.
He finally figures it out.
As in the letter I. not EYE. I was like, eye-shaped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, not like seeing eye. No, eye-shaped, capital I.
So there's circles, sort of like cut in this.
They're like this almond shape.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. Eye-shaped, as in the letter capital I.
Good God.
Oh man, I remember that. I'm like, it's like an H, you know. But every time I said that, he was already talking, so he didn't hear me.
The T curves, right? It's
it's like curved, right? Circles. No.
Listeners only got 20%.
This is
expansion on that one.
Yeah, this is a problem when you're not reading stuff. Oh my God.
All right, next clip here from episode 158, which I think is one of the evolution and hybridization episodes. This is Kyle having problems about bacon.
First of all, the notion is set forward strictly as a hypothesis. No claim whatever is made that it is actually a fact that humans somehow arose through hybridization of pigs with chimpanzees. In contrast, proponents of the idea that humans are closely related to apes and not to pigs often speak as if their case has been proved beyond doubt. But of course it is not. The wide acceptance of this idea may actually be due to the lack of any competitive theory. I merely propose an evaluation of two distinct hypotheses by the usual scientific criterion. The hypothesis less consistent with available data should be rejected.
All right.
Break time.
I'm worried about the fact that I love bacon.
Bacon. I know. Bacon is on my mind right now.
Are pigs cannibals?
I'm pretty hungry.
This is possibly bad.
You still have a problem with bacon?
I love bacon.
Yeah, bacon's good.
Yeah, the problem is that I love bacon.
Are pigs cannibals? I think, aren't they?
Yes.
Won't they eat? Yes.
They will, yeah.
They will eat other pigs.
Whatever.
Yeah. There you go.
So are chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
But moving on with more Snake Bros food facts.
When you look at all the places where glory is used, like in the Bible, in the biblical text,
Spaceship.
It's always accompanied, it's though they come down in their glory.
Right.
Or their glory was taken away and they were stuck here on earth.
Yeah.
Like, what is the definition of glory?
Right.
And then if you're not looking at it in terms of like, oh, I'm seeking glory by kicking ass in a war.
Yeah. Glorious.
Right. But in the same way, you can see how that connotative definition developed over time because these things were involved in war. Like God would come down and just in all of his glory and just like kick ass. You know?
It's also like sacred and words like that are circularly defined.
Yeah.
You know, something that's sacred is holy. Things that are holy are sacred.
Right. But I just mean that word in particular is like always associated with traveling.
Yes.
In the sky. It's always got fire and light and loud sounds and everything associated with it. And it is always associated with the transportation of someone from earth to heaven or heavens to earth.
Yeah. So I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I was eventually, but I want to talk about it now. Like I read this fascinating study on that whole period. Okay. So Moses and the Israelites come out of Egypt and at some point they build the ark. Right, but then there's also this weird thing with manna, right? This is manna stuff,
right?
But
Spaceship ramen.
If you look at there's a book.
There it is.
Spaceship ramen.
Just drop it ramen. It's like the cheapest food. Right? It'll keep you alive. I can get a whole carton of it for $25 space dollars. Starbucks.
That's right. Fucking God's dropping his fucking space ramen on it. Oh my God. So
it even sounds the same. Manna
ramen. But yeah. The interesting thing though also is the word manna is used in Eastern, so in India and then on Easter Island, manna is the power of what is Brett saying? He gave them
water.
He gave them rain too, so they had water and ramen. What an awesome God. That's right. Yeah, and he's right. The mountain is Sinai. Yeah. There's this fascinating study about this, like the whole thing with manna. There's a sort of a Jewish Hebrew esoteric book, okay, it's an ancient book, okay, called the Zohar.
Zoltan, right? If you read the Zohar, it's like the Vimanika Shastra in terms of ancient text. Like you're looking at it and you're like, this is an engineering book, right? Like the Vimanika Shastra it's not an ancient text about myths. It's basically like telling you how to build these machines and how to fucking fly them and everything. So the Zohar is the same way, except that it is dealing with the maintenance of a machine that it calls the Ancient of Days.
Wow.
Okay. And it's interesting.
I've heard that line
Yes.
like in worship songs in church.
Right. The Ancient of Days
or something
has been sort of merged in with Christianity and stuff, and they use it to refer to God. Okay. They're talking to God as the Ancient of Days, right? But the Zohar is clearly talking about a device. Now,
I just like to point out that you can hear our chairs. Like, this is an early episode, so we had really shitty chairs in here. So all those thumps and creaks and everything you hear are the chairs that we used to have before the Snake Force helped us out. We got better chairs.
When you read it initially, if you don't know enough to look beneath all because it talks about faces and like it's the same thing we talked about last week, where there's body parts that are being associated with parts of the machine. The arms and the face and the mouth.
Yeah, there's always all the symbolic connections. I think those were either purposefully developed in order to preserve the story after the loss of the technology, or just accidentally.
Yeah, or to obfuscate it on purpose, right?
To hide it,
Yeah.
To hide it, to protect it, to preserve it.
Yeah. So the Ancient of Days. In the Zohar, the description of and it's all this maintenance. Like here's how you put it together. Here's the things you have to do. Like here's the things you
anoint it with oil.
That's right. That's right. And it,
better check that oil.
And it starts telling you what will happen. You'll see fire here, and then blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. And eventually you end up with manna coming down from the machine. Okay, so these guys have done just like with the Vimanika Shastra, where modern people have kind of looked over it and then sort of drawn diagrams of what they think is being described. These machines are being described. The same thing was done with the Ancient of Days. And they basically say this is what was being kept in the Ark. And it's some kind of like thermonuclear / plasma powered device that is able to I can't remember exactly all the details, but it's able to produce food. Okay. And it's extremely, it looks like technology. They call it the Ancient of Days because it's older than anything that anybody knows. They got it from Egypt. Okay. So the idea of the Ark and so Moses swipes this thing. He knows they're about to go into the desert where there's no food and no water. Okay. He swipes this thing, which is able to provide like millions of people with food and water every day through some kind of high energy process. This is why the Ark was so dangerous. This is why they could use it for a weapon too, right? Anyway, it was a fascinating thing.
So this thing can manipulate matter.
Yes.
I don't know this for sure. I'm just going to throw this one out there and possibly be an idiot. But the idea that you could actually get everything from the atmosphere, all the atoms you need to make food.
Yeah.
And water.
Chan.
I mean, we know that
carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Chan. That's everything we eat and everything we know is made of that. Chan.
Yeah. So you can make water and you make food with it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This also, it makes sense that the manna is, well, you know that when there was a rule that you could only collect enough for one day.
Right. You couldn't keep it.
And everybody knows that if you make too much ramen, you can't eat it later. It's disgusting.
That's right. That is totally true. And it's like the great thing about ramen is it lasts forever if you don't cook it.
That's right. Ramen Chan.
Right. This is bricks. That's what they're doing. Let us make bricks.
Yeah, and you can drop it from space and it won't kill anyone.
That's right. Yeah. And it crushes it, which is what you need to do anyway.
Jeez. Okay. I should mention that Chan, I don't know why I didn't say this during that episode. Maybe I didn't get into the habit of it until later, but I got that from another science fiction book. That would have been, and I did talk about this later, the Hichi series. But it's the one where people find this ancient space station. It was basically on an old asteroid, it was on an asteroid, and they found it. It was full of ships that no one knew how to operate, but you could get in it and push the button and it would go somewhere. And so people would go out there, and it was like a gamble. If you could pay the fees to get to the space station, then there was this whole thing set up where they had a list of ships that they had figured out, like, okay, we can make these work, and you could pick one. And you would just get in it and push the go button and hope that you went somewhere cool and that you could get back. Chon comes from those books because one of the things they end up finding is what they call a Chon factory, which uses it was attached to a comet way out in the Oort cloud, or maybe it was in the Kuiper belt. So it was way outside the edge of our solar system, not off in the galaxy, but actually orbiting our star. And the thing it was a factory made by the same race of aliens who had made all the ships. So it was like 500,000 years old, and all it was doing was chewing through this gigantic comet, making food out of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, which the comet's made of. And all sustenance is basically made of that stuff. So it would just make these bricks.
Was there a shaman running the machine? It would have been a space ramen shaman.
It's a space ramen shaman, yeah. Actually, there was somebody stuck out there, yeah. Yeah, so that whole term came from that series of books, Chon.
That's cool.
Yeah. Space ramen. Let us make bricks.
I thought that was interesting too, because I'm listening to it, and we were just talking about the UFO report that you were
angel hair,
yeah, the stuff coming down,
made
by these ships. I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think?
Synchronicity.
Do you think angel hair could be mana?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just not the stuff that they found during the Trinity.
You skirp-derped me hard, dude. You were like, no, it cuts your fingers.
That particular case.
That technology already exists.
I know, I'm just kidding.
That's not hypothetical. In fact, Naveen Jain, in his book, is it Architects of the Impossible? I can't think of the name of his book right off. Watcher can probably help us with this. He talks about it. There is a company, I believe they're in Sweden, and they are producing a food out of thin air.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah, the Ancient of Days. There you go.
It's cool.
All right, next clip from...
well, this is a series.
It's called Moonshots. The book's called Moonshots.
Moonshots.
Oh, okay.
This is a series on the Easter Island joke.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. So this was first one's from episode 49.
Yeah, so somebody found all these clips in this series of shows where we were developing and referring back to the Easter Island joke.
Gas station, yeah.
Yeah.
All this ancient stuff that we're looking at is actually a legacy.
Yeah.
Because it's so weird that we all seem to like start building the same kind of stuff around the same times. Right. But it would make sense if we were a global civilization, that people that were connected all over the globe, and then this crazy shit happens and it wipes everything out and disconnects all the societies from each other.
Yeah.
And then they have to survive, and some of them, probably saved the knowledge better than others, and so it took some areas longer. They may have been hit worse.
Yeah, like those poor gas station attendants on Easter Island. Stuck there for thousands of years.
Okay, that can't be the first time I mentioned that joke then, right?
I don't know.
All right, let's hear the next one.
See all the little shamans and the snakes? And the flowers?
Hard to see, but yeah, like all these little guys. Yeah, that's not a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Oh, we're looking at the.
Oh yeah, we're looking at Rongo.
Yeah,
it's not Righto. It's Rongo.
And Brenner's with us. You can't figure it out.
Yeah, what if that's just like
it's a beautiful
an index, of all the.
Like, here are all the things in the sky that were killing us.
It's a receipt for gas and smokes. Easter Island gas station.
Easter Island gas station. Did you hear me say that for one of the? I don't know if it was the last show or the one before that. We were talking about the huge cataclysm and it like destroys all of civilization, and some people were like stuck and isolated or whatever. I'm like, yeah, like those gas station attendants on Easter Island. who were stuck there for thousands and thousands of years before the next ship finally came, and they're like, "What?"
The new one is
okay.
We got to add the new one to that, which is the gas station attendants kept getting the messages. Maybe that's what the Rongo writing was. It was the messages like, "We've been trying to get a hold of you about your Viamana's warranty has expired.
That's right.
This is your last warning."
That's right.
We got to make that commercial.
We do. I need to make that one. Yeah.
All right, here's another one.
Welcome back to Brothers of the Serpent podcast. I want you guys to witness again the problem with subvocalization. This is a great joke about the gas station attendants on Easter Island. Check it out. It's badass.
I guess the Viticochen Society or the Longheads or whatever, they like their gas station attendants really big. Dang it.
Yeah. I realized I was reading when he said something, and I'm like, ow. Let's hear it again. Dang it.
Dang it. Still happens to this day.
It does.
All right, I think that's done.
Yep.
What is this? All right, we're up on another break.
Are we really? Because the breaks are actually long, right?
Oh, that's true.
Maybe we should go a little longer on this segment.
Yeah, we're not using the sands of time because that would be really hard too.
Yeah.
I've actually had to stop the show multiple times, but
right. Let's play a few more clips.
Flawless.
Yeah.
0 mistakes.
This one's only 4 seconds.
Oh, okay.
From
Dropia means snake hole.
Snake
in
hole.
ancient Egyptian.
Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's more like it might be Greek, right? It's like it's definitely not Egyptian, but yeah. could be snake hole.
This was the episode with GMA.
That's right, episode 80.
Precision episode. We got another one.
I think this was maybe you're right.
Yeah, we got another one right here.
There is a hermetic seal between the box and the lid.
Yeah.
And then this is really what...
No mortar, no glue.
No mortar, no glue.
Yeah, no neoprene. Slid in.
Granite on granite action here, folks. That's it.
That's great. Granite on granite action.
Classic terms.
Yeah.
We need to put them in the old glossary.
Yeah, we do. This is, let's see, episode 85. This was when we were going through the Upu project in Gantenbrink's door. So let's hear this one.
The settling of the southern Queen's shaft amounted to 4 centimeters, leaving a passage space of about 16.5 centimeters, but unfortunately my robot had a minimum height of 17 centimeters, too tall to get through by a grand total of 0.5 cm. After all my careful calculations and enormous preparatory work and expense, an immensely frustrating revelation. Determined not to be stalled before I'd even gotten started, I tried to squeeze the robot through the narrows, and it got stuck. In order to extract it, I had no choice but to break off several parts, adding pain to vexation. No! Go, my robot! Nonetheless, we did manage to push the robot and its TV camera a distance of just over 12 meters into both shafts.
All right, moving on. Oh, the old crab pun.
Okay.
All right, well, explain this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 111.
Crabs. San Francisco, California, December 18, 1889. A peculiar phenomenon was witnessed just off of Kearney early this morning, it being nothing more nor less than a shower of small crabs. A light shower was falling.
Oh, this was the, this must have been the Anomalies book.
Is this the Anomalies? Yeah.
Yeah, because you were going through all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
And accompanying it were crabs by hundreds, ranging in size from that of a dime up to that of a good-sized oyster. A similar visitation occurred about the same hour on California Street between Sansom and Battery, but the crabs which fell there were fewer in number, while here they covered the sidewalk and gutter for a space at least 20 feet in length.
They covered the sidewalk.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
All right, we're going to take a break. Can't take these bad puns anymore.
We're gonna be in a pinch for this last segment. We're already at 2.
I think this show is hopping along.
Yeah, that was the frogs. All right.
I will try to claw my way out of here.
That's why we call it pyramids and bad dad jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was terrible. All right, should we take a real break this time? Or keep
maybe
going?
I was wrong.
This one's 5 minutes long.
Yeah, but this is the Johnson blocks.
Yeah, so
that was the history of precision.
Right, 80 was like Impossible blocks. It was called
he
Impossible
did a presentation on the Serap.
That's
the
right, Serapeum. Yeah.
I always pronounce that wrong.
So do I.
Well, let's play it.
All right.
We'll take a break.
So moving from the surface plate, we get to gauge blocks.
I just want to set this up actually because I feel like this was one of the, like, to me, the fact that this shows up after making such a big deal out of the Johnson joke all this time, like I was just like, this is really good.
The joke's on us.
The joke is on us. That was great.
And these were invented by Carl Edvard Johansson in 1896. And these are also known as Johnson blocks.
Serious?
I'm serious. Johnson blocks.
Oh, man.
And these became the standard for submicron measurements.
See, folks, even a Johnson can do great precision work.
Even a
occasionally
Johnson can change the world. And basically, the history with Carl Johnson is that is that he was an employee in I believe it was a rifle making factory. And they had all these different gauge blocks that they would use for gauging measurements that they were making in the factory. And the problem was that they had thousands of gauge blocks for all these different measurements they wanted to make.
Yeah.
And so he came up with a system where with a set of 111 blocks or something like that, you could make every measurement within a certain range.
Yeah.
Without needing thousands of different blocks.
Right. You just combine.
You combine the blocks you need to get up to the measurement you need to make.
I see. Yeah, that's cool.
And he made the first set in his house. He's like hand grinding them in his house with his wife helping him.
Wow.
And he shows them to his employer, and he's like, "That's brilliant."
Yeah. Good job, Johnson.
Great job, Johnson. And so they started making them.
Nice.
And selling them to people around the world. And
that's awesome.
And these have been the standard. These are still the basic standard in any major machine shop.
Yeah, I kind of want one of those little kits. That looks great.
Oh, they get even cooler. Just wait.
All right.
Because
just wait.
The way that the Johnson blocks work is that you ring them together. W-R-I-N-G, ring. And what that means is that you slide them on top of one another and twist them.
This still blows my mind.
Yeah, this was a big mind blower for me too.
And it creates a cohesion between the two blocks because of how flat they are.
Oh, wow.
To where they actually stick together. And it's more than just atmospheric pressure holding them together. There's some atomic thing.
Let's come up with some theories about how this works.
Yeah.
The metal too, or
I'm not sure if it's the metal or the film of oil in between them, but the ringing gap is approximately 10 to 25 nanometers in between those blocks. And
so is that showing two blocks together with weight
sticking together with 200 pounds?
Holy crap.
And he demonstrated that
it just will not
conference.
It will not pull apart because of the vacuum.
It's not. I don't know if it's vacuum.
First
or
theory
what
wrong. It's because well, I'm guessing, but there's a.
I think it's a combination of surface tension and
there's
attraction between
there's
the
a
two
chemical
surfaces.
attraction that happens between
when
the same
they're
metals,
so
and then because they're so flat, there's so
no
much
air
contact
or anything in there. Yeah.
So many parts of the blocks can grab onto the other block and then it won't let go.
And so on the right, that
freaking
picture
awesome.
there is a whole bunch of blocks.
Yeah.
Stuck together.
And he's just holding it like a bar.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is pretty amazing.
Is that awesome?
So
or what?
you would
Like,
know immediately if any block was damaged because it wouldn't stick together. It won't ring.
Yeah. And so it's fascinating. I didn't really have an idea that was the case. It's like, oh my God, this is awesome.
Yeah, we got to get some of those.
Yeah.
And maybe this is how they build pyramids. You know, they make the blocks so flat
that they just ring them together.
They ring them all together.
So those lids.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
On the Serapium boxes. If it's flat enough, you can ring granite together.
Holy shit.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
And
doing it in the past is called rung.
Yeah.
When they have been ringed, they are rung.
Rung together. Rung gauge blocks. That's right. And so,
is this one of the rabbit holes that
the gauge blocks?
Yeah, like you went down and then you were like, should I include all of the physics behind why these blocks stick together in the presentation?
In the presentation? Nah, we'll just talk about it.
Dang it.
You should have included it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a great episode. Also one of the few visual ones. This GMA had a whole visual presentation.
117.
There. Yeah. Episode 117, The History of Precision.
Yeah, that one really gave, I mean, talk about these eyes. Like, after that episode, looking at all of this stuff with that understanding of the development of precision and everything that it took of modern machinery or modern technology to get there, really provided a good context to look at some of these ancient artifacts. So that was awesome.
A great addition.
Thank you, GMA.
A great addition to these eyes, for sure. Right?
Oh, yeah.
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 All right. We taking a break?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, folks. We'll be right back with the final segment here.
Changa!
Hi, guys. It's Awareness. Thank you and congratulations on the 200th episode. I really appreciate the content, and I think it's the finest out there. Keep it up.
To the Snake Brothers, to the binary stars of Serpentude, all hail on your bicentennial. May you continue to podcast your thoughts on many more, in ways thoughtful and humorous and memorable.
Patrick here. Thank you for the content that makes most people I talk to think I'm weird. You guys have been famous in my life for a long time because of your musical talent, and your contagious joy for learning only elevates that celebrity. This community is a direct reflection of your spirit and energy, and I'm just so proud of both of you. Congratulations on this milestone, and I look forward to the future.
Hey up, lads. Thanks for the podcast. It's bleeding marvellous. Keep going. We love you.
Hey, Snake Bros. This is Lawrence from Berlin, Germany. I just wanted to congratulate you on your 200th episode. I turned my brother on to your podcast, Schlepidus. He's on the Discord. And he's even more of a fan than I am now. So yeah, I just love everything that you've done to date with the Snake Fam, and just, thanks a lot, guys. And keep them coming.
Hi Snake Bros, this is Schlepidus on the Discord. Thank you for sharing your reflections on material and immaterial realities. It's been a pleasure to be a fly on the wall and listen in to the great ideas that you have exchanged between you two bros and the many great guests you've had over. It has made my life much richer, and I hope to pass this on to my two sons. So thank you for the brain expansion, or as we say in French, 30% d'expansion du cerveau. Amitié sincère. And thank you for the warm and fuzzies. Always great. Here's to 200 more episodes. Snakes!
Kyle and Russ, congratulations on your 200th episode. It's awesome to meet you two in person in the Scablands. Looking forward to our Egypt trip. Snakes!
Hello, Snake Bros, the Watcher, Snake family. It's Nick, the biological robot here, sending you best wishes and much love for the amazing show that you've managed to put together. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it loads, and I hope it goes on forever and ever. Keep up the great work. Snakes!
for the fourth segment of episode 201. I have a theory on how to keep this show going forever.
Forever!
In the next 10 to 15 years, Russ, Kyle, and I each take on an apprentice. They have to find two homeschooled brothers who have all of these quirks and really strange, entirely unique circumstances. And I just find a guy. From there, we will train them, and we'll become like Bob Barker, and they'll be Drew Carey. Russ and Kyle have never seen The Price
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But we'll hand it over, and then we can sit back and watch. And back in my day.
Well, you can't just pick any guy. You're gonna have to pick somebody who uses pop culture references all the time, and
somebody who can translate.
Somebody that the two brothers can constantly trash, and
that is definitely.
it's not gonna get triggered. And,
that's right.
I mean,
that's the hard part.
These are big shoes to fill. You gotta crawl out of a fucking bag of chips every day.
Yeah, and the person that you pick has to be in space, which really limits the amount of people that you can pick.
There's not a lot of those.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to load 8 people into a space capsule that you think are worthy and just shoot them up to space. 7 of them aren't going to make it, but one of them's going to be great.
We'll become the next Watcher. Wow, that sounds like a reality show. We could put that one on TV.
Yeah, we got to have a guy that's willing to, be riding around in an ambulance doing the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger seat, but that totally happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you weren't actually driving.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
All right, we got a bunch more clips to get through here, so let's go ahead and do it. We got from episode 178. I wish I had the show titles for these. 178. This one's called Free Bridge. I think I know what
this is probably a Tesla episode.
Yeah, this is a Tesla episode.
Once you build a bridge, it's free bridge. No, that bridge needs maintenance all the time.
Free bridge.
It's got to be repaved.
Oh, we've got a group here.
Got a series,
set.
yeah. So you start with the earliest one.
Okay. All right. Oh man, here we go. Earliest one, episode 37.
So when we go back to this idea, where we've talked about what's his name, the geologist guy,
Randall Carlson.
What's his name?
Roland Johnson.
That's funny.
You should just get his name wrong all the time now, like you do with
Roland Johnson. That's great.
All right, here's the next one from episode 48.
Remember, I've talked about this before. I need to go back and review this, but what's his name? Geology guy.
Randall Carlson.
This is the guy that I sent, when we first started the podcast, I was like, who should we get on the podcast? Randall Carlson. I'll send him an email. So that was the first email that I sent out.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, start a podcast. You come on the show. It's funny. Couldn't remember his name.
All right, now we got episode 90. This was the first time we had Randall on.
That's right.
Let's hear this one.
We're talking with the Watcher. We're talking inside baseball. We're explaining to him the technical difficulties we were having, but we were saying dude, but it was awesome because it's Randall Carlson and he did a great job and the interview was great. And then the Watcher starts talking to us about some of the stuff that Randall was talking about at the end there with the fires. And then suddenly at some point we all take a break to think about what we're saying, and then we hear Randall's voice. Can you guys hear me? And we're just like because apparently if you're on a three-way call with somebody and one person hangs up, but you as the initiator of the three-way call don't then hang up the call and you stay on the line with the other guy in the three-way call, the phone automatically calls the person who hung up. It calls them back.
My theory is only on landlines.
Yeah, it could be that.
I was just about to espouse the same theory.
Same theory?
Yeah.
Proof. Folks, that was really us.
So for people who had normal social lives in like middle school, three-way calls, that's exactly what happens.
Okay.
On the landline. Like if somebody calls so that somebody else can listen in on what somebody else has to say about them. I never did it. It's a thing though. I've heard about it. And then like one of them hangs up, it dials back to the other person, and it can be a disaster. So you have to be sure that everybody hangs up.
Okay.
All right. Watch out for those landliners.
The one who was in the back, whatever.
Well, where were you on that day explaining this to us?
Yeah, buddy.
Talking to Randall fucking Carlson about fires and Draco.
That's right. Oh man, I remember that. That was hilarious. And Randall was a great sport about it. He just went right back into the explanation and gave us a whole other section of great stuff.
2 interviews with Randall Carlson in one episode.
That's right.
And the end of that call is where he made me, what is it? I call it Joe Roganing myself, where my mind's just completely blown.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Fucking wow. Yeah.
Totally got me.
All right, here's one from episode 103. This is called Randall Carlson Won't Talk.
That guy.
Yeah.
Symbols are purposeful. And so when you start to combine symbols, like Randall says, he looks at some relief, like the Mithras with the constellation and the snake and the scorpion and the piece of wheat and all this stuff, and he's like, yeah, this is basically like a book.
Yeah.
I can look at this and I can see all of this stuff that correlates to things. And I mean,
and it's really annoying sometimes because he'll just point the things out and then he doesn't tell you what they mean. He's like, see the wheat here? And notice how the bull's horns are shaped. And I'm like, wait, go back to the wheat. I see it. What does it mean?
Well, yeah.
He won't tell us everything.
Well, he's not going to tell you everything.
I'm going to freaking have
not
to kick his
initiated
ass.
yet.
I'm going to kick his ass.
You're mad.
Okay.
They just it's all the laughter at the end of the clip there. All right.
Have you kicked his ass yet? Have you tried?
I mean, not physically.
You haven't actually tried.
But mentally, I've totally kicked his ass.
I don't know about
that. Wow, this is an early one.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, I know what this is. Yeah, episode 9.
The thing is about these early episodes is we had less brain expansion, and when I listen to them, I'm like, I was dumb back then, and I'm not dumb now. Though.
I feel,
but back then I was real dumb.
Oh yeah, I feel you on that. I mean, that's how it is with the older episodes. You listen to what you're saying, you're like, wow, I'm dumb.
200 episodes later, I'll be listening to this episode. Oh my god, I'm dumb.
Double dumb. All right, this is Kyle. I think this is Kyle impersonating Chris Dunn.
Christopher Dunn, the engineer.
Yeah.
He's talking about all these characters that we know.
Christopher Dunn.
Well, that looks like a human face. This is a very complex geometry. This curve is going from the chin up to the cheekbone, but it's also curving forward if you look at the face from the side. That's a very complex geometrical principle.
That's great. That's great.
That's not just a guy with a stone saying that looks like a human face.
That's really good. I love Christopher Dunn. Yeah, he's awesome.
I was giving him kind of a southern drawl though.
Yeah. Yeah, once we got him on
and propane accessories.
Yeah, once we got him on the show, I was like, oh wow,
he's got like a British accent.
Yeah, it's way different.
Yeah, but still very close.
I need to go work on it. I need to work.
Yeah, you need to work on it. Yeah. All right, this is one of the clips that Laura picked from episode 148, which is one of the
EU. What
yes.
does that stand for? EU.
Episode 148.
The European Union blackmail.
One of the Gods of Eden episodes, yeah.
Okay.
Blackmail. And it starts like this.
I have in my possession episode number 1 of Brothers of the Serpent podcast. And if you don't read my previous email about the electric universe,
Oh my God.
I will stream it for all to see. Also, when is the next Cosmographia episode coming out?
And then he says, this part is not for reading on the podcast unless you want to read it on the podcast because, well, it's your podcast. I never sent an email about the electric universe theory, and unfortunately, I do not have episode number 1. It was just for fun. Thanks for the entertainment and knowledge, guys. I hope you get well soon, Clint.
I love that.
She just bought it, dude. Straight up.
love that.
Got it.
I was scared for a second. I was really.
When I first read it, the first part, I was like, what the... what? And then I got to the second paragraph and I was like, oh, this is genius. This is genius.
It's all about Laura's reaction.
Blackmail. And it starts like this.
I have in my possession episode number 1 of Brothers of the Serpent podcast. And if you don't read my previous...
So good.
Yeah.
Is this another Laura clip?
Yeah, Laura picked this out, and this is episode 148 again.
I need somebody who can do some math to, tell me. I have questions for somebody who can actually would know how to, figure something out using mathematics, advanced mathematics. That I have no idea how to do this.
He needs someone to argue with that is really good at math.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Might be accurate. Listen, I don't care what the math is telling you, guy. I'm telling you how it works. You need to figure the math
out. Nailed me.
That's not the one I was expecting it to be, but that was still a good clip. That was a great clip.
Hey, looks like we're gonna do actually pretty good here. So these last ones.
These are the
super clips.
The super
right?
clips, yeah, super cuts. What's this first one?
Aliens.
All right, this is an Aliens supercut. Let's see.
You believe in UFOs and unicorns and aliens?
I mean, come on. It was aliens. Obviously, it was aliens, guys.
All the Tibetans are about the stability. You believe in UFOs and unicorns and aliens.
Aliens.
From outside the edges of our understanding to guide us towards certain things psychologically by affecting large numbers of people, sometimes through one person, sometimes through mass sightings. There are relic civilizations living below our feet.
I kid you not.
I have questions.
You believe in UFOs and unicorns and aliens?
Aliens.
I mean, come on. It was aliens.
I need somebody who can do some math.
3 centuries worth of sightings.
There are relic civilizations living below our feet.
I kid you not.
I have questions.
You believe in UFOs and unicorns and aliens?
Aliens.
I mean, come on. It was aliens.
It was definitely aliens.
Dude, this is cool. This is like a show mix.
Yeah.
It's like okay. Janus.
Yeah.
All right, bro. So probably the rest of these are similar, I'm gonna assume. So let's just play them all.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. Here we go. Dolmens, folks.
There are all these dolmens all over the world. They look like hurriedly constructed makeshift structures, except that they're built out of enormous stones. It's like 2 or 3 standing ones, and then they put this gigantic one on top of those. There's this advanced civilization on the Earth back then. They have sent expeditions out all over the world, and then this cataclysm happens, and wherever those expeditions are, they're throwing up these enormous temporary shelters, enormous stones.
Ha!
Dude, this is cool.
That was cool, yeah.
You have a job. You have a new job. This is
Clip Master Janus.
Mars.
Could humans live on Mars? Absolutely. The average temperature is well below 0. The difference between Monday and Tuesday could be 170 degrees. The air is also largely carbon dioxide. Good for planets, bad for people. Could humans live in spacesuits? I'm totally fucking doing that.
That was great.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't know what this one is.
Yeah, I don't know what this one is either.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Sometimes it is suggested that the Moai were huge simply because the peoples inhabiting an ancient Easter island were huge. Indeed, there is some, if at this point only very scanty evidence, that besides the giant Moai, there may have been other giants on Easter Island. Literal living giants, that is. With truth, I might say, that these savages are of all more gigantic size. The men are tall and broad in proportion, averaging 12 feet in height. The tallest men on board our ship could pass between the legs of these children of Goliath without bending the head. The women cannot compare in stature with the men, as they are commonly not above 10 feet high.
Okay, that's Easter Island. That's what that is.
Okay,
yeah.
EI. All right, we got it.
I was like, L?
Here we go, dude.
All right.
Aptronyms.
Coffee. Coffee has arrived.
Oh, wow.
Just interrupt our space with the news there for some coffee. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
Yes.
That is some good coffee. I want to briefly take a side trip into the subject, one of my favorite subjects of aptronyms, okay? Because I found a new one that blew my freaking mind. Okay. So we know that we already have this collection. I've been building this Snake Bros collection of aptronyms. The guy who is talking about solar flares causing gigantic electrical storms that caused the last cataclysm is named Shock, right? And then the scientists who are looking at the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis is Firestone and West, right? Yeah. This is great. I'm listening to Randall Carlson talk about the Carolina Bays, which we have discussed on the podcast. It's a bunch of ovals that generally are facing the same direction. They're all overlapping, and it's something weird, right?
Yeah. It's hailing in the Carolinas today. Stadium-sized hail balls have been reported.
Anyway, so this guy who's putting together the mosaic, the surveyor, basically, calls in a geologist friend whose name is Frank Melton.
Yeah.
What is going on here? How can all these people have the right names for this? It's still connected to the ice and everything is Frank Melton. At this point, most of the craters on the moon were thought to be volcanic in some way. Okay, there's not this idea that rocks fall out of the sky. They didn't like that idea. And then you have the terrestrials, which had this long, ridiculous freaking explanation. I can't even remember the name of now, but that guy's name was Douglas Johnson, so we know he's wrong. Douglas Johnson. How is this even possible? Melton.
That's great. I call them Harry Potter names.
Yeah, they're Harry Potter names where the guy who wrote the history book has this name that's appropriate for history book. Well, the guy
that does the study of magical creatures is Newt Scamander.
The best Aurora adventure ever, says Griffin. His name is Griffin. He's flying in the sky taking pictures. Yeah.
Definitely looks like Baphomet.
This is another guy with an aptronym. The assumption used to be that all the Sarsens at Stonehenge had come from the Marlborough Downs more than 20 miles away. The idea has since been growing that some may be local and the heel stone came out of a big pit. So Pitt discovered the pit.
While digging a pit.
How is this possible? What is going on here? Clearly there's some vibrations happening. I started to think about this again in terms of the elastic universe. Is that why these things happen? All information is being propagated as frequency.
Threw in a little tidbit there. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, so we asked Janus to put together these clips of, because there was the idea was okay, we have all these aptronym clips. When we were looking through the list,
and they're real short.
They're all short, and so he basically just, I don't remember how many there were.
Yeah, a bunch, and he just strung them together, which is we made a super clip out of it.
Awesome.
And there's way more throughout the show. There's Phil Hull, the archaeologist, and we come across them randomly.
Yep.
So
probably we actually need to start collecting those.
Yeah,
I don't know how we do it, but great job, buddy. Thank you.
All of these are good. What's this one?
This one's called Link 4. Let's see what it's all about.
Speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee. You are listening to Brothers of the Serpent podcast.
All right,
right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angels and demons and monsters and serpents, it is Brothers of the Serpent podcast coming to you unplugged from the 10 by 10 by 10 Tangent Cube of Science, proving that we did indeed make this music.
Okay, that was great.
I have in my possession episode number 1.
Okay. Whoa, this is weird.
Brothers of the Serpent podcast.
Genius. Why would it matter which direction time is going? Chit chit Charlemagne. Chit chit Charlemagne. What is the difference between an oscillating field and a medium? Chit chit Charlemagne.
Wow, this is like...
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, angels and demons and monsters and serpents and scriptors! Woo!
This is awesome, dude.
That's great. Charlemagne. What was that? What was that about?
That's Kid Charlemagne. That's
Okay.
Steely Dan, bro.
Okay, all right.
I don't know why I'm Kid Charlemagne. I don't know why I was singing that on the podcast. Oh, probably because you were talking about Charlemagne or
That's
some
what it
guy
was.
named
Yeah,
Charlemagne.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, that guy. Okay.
Charlemagne.
I love these mixes, dude.
Yeah, they're great.
All right, we got one more.
One more.
Last one. Moonlink.
Mysterious things about the moon. Number one, the moon's age. The moon is far older than previously expected, maybe even older than the Earth or the Sun. The oldest age for the Earth is estimated to be 4.6 billion years. Moon rocks were dated at 5.3 billion years, and the dust upon which they were resting was at least another billion years older than that. What? They found what we would consider to be non-natural alloys, constructed metal materials.
Wait, what's the problem?
I was saying, whoa, from the data that I was reading there, that the dust on the moon is older than the moon. That's just really, really interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, sorry I stopped it. Here we go.
Uranium-236, which is not found naturally. Why are the rocks magnetic when it doesn't have a magnetic field? The moon perfectly occults the sun. The interior of the moon is more like a hollow than a homogeneous sphere. Our moon is the only moon in the solar system that has a stationary, near-perfect circular orbit. Yeah. Thank you for listening to Brothers of the Serpent, brought to you by Moonships.
It's so good,
Oh
dude.
man, these clips were great.
There were a lot more.
Yes,
And
there was a huge collection, and
we still have it. We still have the list.
we had the list, but not the clips. Yeah,
No,
that's right.
but we still have the list. So
Yep.
I'm not suggesting anything because it requires work. But
Yeah.
that was awesome. I just want to thank everybody for coming together and making this possible.
Yeah.
This show. This
Would
was
not
a
have
lot
been
of fun.
possible without you guys.
No.
Yeah.
So done with the clip list. We still got some more notes or messages from people. We'll play at the end of the show.
That's right.
And
Yeah. So stick around to hear all the rest of the messages that we couldn't fit in. Oh, and let's throw in the commercials. Like we got to throw in those too.
Oh, okay.
We still got some time here.
All of them?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
People wanted the commercials. Sorry, the first one we'll play is the original commercial that Kyle made called the Brothers of the Serpent Pyramid Scheme.
What?
I was going to say, how did this happen? You just give the story there.
Well, I mean,
I wasn't even here. I didn't even know you were
We had a
doing it.
problem with asking people for money.
Yeah, that's right. That's
We were
right.
like,
That's what
I
it
don't want
was.
to ask people for money. So we came up with a joke.
Yeah. I just remember you like texted me or you sent me a message. You're like, what was the brain expansion amount? And I was like,
okay.
30%, I think. And you're like, okay. And I was like, why did he ask that? And then you just brought me in and you're like, dude, come check this out.
We had gone on the field trip to the volcano.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Just made a commercial.
Okay. So here it is. First commercial.
Here we go.
Are you tired of checking your feed every Wednesday and seeing a new Snake Bros episode?
Does your head hurt from 30% brain expansion? And are you tired of having your mind exploded? If you suffer from any of these conditions, don't go to your doctor. Instead, send your money to the Snake Bros Pyramid Scheme. Donate any amount to Brothers of the Serpent Podcast and send those Snake Bros straight to pyramids.
I sent Snake Bros $2 and they went and explored an ancient volcano.
Snake Bros Pyramid Scheme. Scientifically proven to increase the probability of Snake Bros getting lost and dying.
I gave Snake Bros $5 on PayPal and they done took off digging in a cave.
Snake Bros Pyramid Scheme on PayPal now. Click on the PayPal link at brothersoftheserpent.com. Donate now and send those Snake Bros straight to pyramids.
Genius. Genius marketing there, folks.
Yeah, we had gone to the Devil's River.
That's
after
right.
that, Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep. And then we did the Dolman School skit.
So this one was, we did a couple of episodes where I was trying to read a pretty technical set of
with
articles.
the side slab. The guy was naming all the slabs. And all, the only one I remember is the side slabs.
The side
I'm
slab.
just sitting over here just like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
Trying to visualize this guy's description. And yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, to me, it was clear that he had done a lot of research, but I could not understand most of what he was talking about.
That's right.
Yeah. So this, and then that was where the meme of, Dolman's, it's a thing. Because we, even after going through all this research, we still didn't understand what was going on.
Not describe one.
That's right.
I don't know. It's got big rocks and it's just like, it's the thing.
So the Dolman School is a spoof on the, you hear the local radio, community college commercials, right? Or
That's right.
That's what these are. So here we go, Dolman School.
The side slab's gotta be right in there. Ow! Stupid lizard again.
Hey, man. What's up?
Oh, hey, buddy.
How's it going? Pretty good. What are you doing?
I'm trying to build a thing.
A thing?
It's just...
What are you wearing?
This is the official garb of a Dolman engineer.
A butt flap.
Looks like a butt flap.
At Dolman Technical College, we have dozens of ancient megalithic engineers ready and waiting to teach you how to harness the power of... Well, they're standing by to teach your children about... Well, they're here, and they'll teach you how to build a thing.
So, yeah, I've been going to Dolman School, bro, and I'm learning how to build this thing, and I'm pretty sure I can transmit my genetic information 12,000 years into the future.
That's really cool, but where did you get the butt flap?
Dolman School, bro. You should go.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that a puma?
It's supposed to be a lizard. I gotta get back to work on this.
I think you should make it a puma. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Do you want to follow in the fossilized footsteps of your caveman ancestors? Dolman Technical College offers courses in cave painting, high-relief sculpting, hind architecture, submarine megalithic construction, and more. Learn how to wear a butt flap with the best of them at Dolman Technical College. Call 1-618-108-4320 to enroll now. That's 1-360-666-727294. Call now. Dolman Technical College for a better future from the ancient past.
Numbers all wrong. Yeah. Oh, God.
Submarine megalithic engineering. It's the only way to explain how these ancient people built those dolmens underneath the water.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Last one is the commercial. Okay, so this one... We were catching flack.
Yeah, that's right.
For laughing.
Yeah.
And
we're not tackling these subjects seriously enough.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. This is like the most serious
Brothers
podcast
of the
ever.
Serpent Podcast. Listen to Snake Bros, two dudes and a longhead in a bunker in outer space, seriously talking about serious pyramids and all other subject matter. The most serious commentary in podcasting. Listen now and get serious.
Yeah, so the Hypogeum on Malta, when they first found it, there were like 6,000 skeletons inside it.
Dead serious.
The Baalbek blocks weigh 1,600 tons.
Serious stones.
The Templars went to Jerusalem and found the Shamir.
Serious artifacts. seconds.
The processional cycle is 25,920 years long.
Serious numbers.
Serpent in the Sky has 3 appendices about the Sphinx.
Serious appendixes.
And do you know what the dog star is?
Serious.
There are precision machined boxes in the Serapeum that weigh 70 tons.
Granite boxes made of stone.
Can't cut granite with copper. It's too hard.
Hard facts.
What's actually happening is we're coming up on an ice age.
Cold hard facts.
Most of the time, we're wrong about everything.
30% brain expansion. Guaranteed. Listen to Brothers of the Serpent podcast and discover serious concepts like scriptards.
Friggin' scriptards.
Johnson.
Nice going, John.
Bowling pin hats.
All the Egyptian gods are wearing bowling pin hats.
Shoulder rivers.
Inky's got rivers coming out of his shoulders.
And dudes with spears and butt flaps.
It's always depicted as dudes running around in butt flaps.
Serious subjects. Serious commentary. Dead serious podcasting. Brothers of the Serpent podcast. Download now.
Get all of your super serious Brothers of the Serpent commentary at brothersoftheserpent.com or anywhere podcasts can be found.
There you go.
Troll them hard.
That's right. It's the most serious podcast ever conceived.
Yeah, it's good stuff. We gotta do more of those.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have time for that in the future.
I actually did do something briefly today.
Yeah.
I didn't have much time. I just winged it out.
That's right.
Should we play it right now?
You want to play it now, or are we going to do it like end of show mix?
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever you think, dude. It's just ridiculous.
It's up to you, man. I was thinking we would do it into show mix, but if you want to play it now, it's fine.
We'll do into show. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Make it
It'll be
easy.
the last thing, right? Because we got all the rest of the comments from people.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So we're closing this one out. Thank you guys so much. Marty, thanks for coming out, man.
Glad to be here.
Yep. And I just don't know how to properly express the gratitude.
Warm and fuzzies.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Just so much.
And you guys have supplied Kyle with show beers for the next year.
Oh my God, I got show beers forever. I got 200 sods of show beers, dude. Well, I don't know. Maybe like
maybe
two
not.
shows.
2 shows.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the
much.
coffee. I can't wait. I'm gonna be trying some of that coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Take some of that coffee up there and grind it up, buddy. Make me some coffee in the morning before I go to work tomorrow. But yeah, we still have to explore the rest of the boxes. We weren't really able to go through everything. So you said there's more.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff under all that.
There's stuff under the table. And, I don't know. So yeah, we'll still be finding stuff and there was Laura did take a video. I don't know if I said this. Laura took a video of us looking at it and the surprise happening and
we'll figure out a way. We can just I don't know.
Yeah, I'll get it on YouTube.
We'll just put it up on the server and we just put a link to it or something.
That's true. We could do that. Yeah. So thanks to everybody who made this special 200 episode possible. And I a lot of these people are part of it, but I wanted to give a shout out to all of the people in the Discord who really run the Discord and make it work, and also made this work. So, Frank, where's Frank's music? Frank. Commander. Thanks, buddy. And Janus, of course, that's his Discord name. He's the one who made all the clips for us. And I just wanted to say, Janus greatly increases the awesomeness of the Discord with his artwork and his insight and his perspective. And he's also an admin now, so he's, and he made all the clips, like you guys know. So Janus,
great clips.
Yeah,
love the show
clips.
Mixes.
Yes,
absolutely love it. And,
great stuff.
Much appreciated, my friend.
Yep. And more of the list here. We got LP and Neo Hippie, Tony, Chris, Chip, Black Shaman, Matt, Brandon, Ryan, Levi, and Wish, and of course Jeff, and Marty, who's here. Yeah, you're not. How are you not on this list? Probably because I figured you'd be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's. Let's see. I don't know. Some of these are their real names and some of them are not. So anyway, you guys know who you are. Thank you so much. Oh, and let me mention also, if you do join the Discord, there is a remote viewing project. I've been meaning to say this. There's a remote viewing project that Wish has set up Okay, she's got all the targets and she's got everything. What?
Stop the show. Wait, no, finish what you're doing. There's a couple more clips to play, but go on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she's set this project up for testing if anybody wants to test out their remote viewing skills or try to learn how to do it. So you can either, there is a channel for remote viewing, or you can send her a message and ask her for all the information, and then you can test out your remote viewing skills. So if you want to do that, hop in the Discord. Or if you're in the Discord and you're interested, ask her about it. All right?
And I just realized I'll play them at the outro music.
Okay. There's other clips?
They were messages. I just remembered that there were 2 other files.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
All right. My bad.
Yep. And all the rest of it, you guys know, brothersoftheserpent.com, brothersoftheserpent@gmail.com. And yeah, we love you guys.
Always have.
Always will.
Get back to work.
Good night, Adamu.
Good night, Adamu.
Oh, yeah.
Get back to work. Who is this Adamu guy?
You want to do over?
Yeah.
All right.
We love you.
Always have.
Always will.
Screwed up. Do it again. All right. What am I supposed to say?
All right. Take 3.
Wait till somebody points at you.
Oh. We got to get the watcher in here.
Yeah, the watcher has to be in here.
All right. Here we go. Take 4.
Wait. What am I supposed to say?
We're going to point at you.
Well, yeah, somebody will point at you.
Okay.
You get the last one.
Yeah.
All right, watcher.
So you're going to be saying get back.
You're on 3.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys.
Always have.
Always will.
Good night, Adamu.
Get back to work.
Bam! Perfect.
Flawless.
0
mistakes.
Sugar!
Frères de les Serpents. So you guys, Russ, Kyle, you had me at shoulder rivers. Thank you. Angels and demons and monsters and serpents.
Hello, Russ and Kyle and everyone.
Hello.
And Laura and Sol and Lila.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much for all of the amazing content and the continuing effort and just so much wonderfulness. It's always great and wonderful.
Yeah, your station is awesome. We love it.
So from David and Dana, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kyle, Russ, thank you both so much for everything that you do. I can't even begin to express my respect, admiration, and appreciation for it. Your show, your hard looking at things, and the joy with which you do it makes my days a lot easier. Just knowing that there are other people out there that think and feel about things the same way that I do. It makes a big difference, and you guys are awesome. Keep up the great work, and snakes!
Hey, Dad. Hey, Uncle Russ. Me and Baby Sister love your podcast and snakes!
Hey, Kyle. Hey, Russ. It's Laura, Snake Wife. I love being part of the podcast, being on the path with you to figure out what's going on here and there and everywhere, and you guys make for some great entertainment. I'm proud of the work you put in. And let's just say, for the record, it was aliens.
Hello, Snake Bros.
This is Snake Stash
And Snake Mom saying congratulations on your 200th episode. We wish you
continues success.
snakes.
Snakes, or as in Norwegian, slanger.
Snakes.
Snakes!
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 Snakes.
Snakes!
Snakes.
Snakes!
Snakes!
Snakes! Snake!
Snakes! 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 Slanger!
Episode 201, 200 sold since episode 2. Yeah, 201, 200 sold since episode 2. And then they said you'll never do one. And we agreed, yeah, that was probably true. Ah, they said you'll never do one. So we agreed. Well, fuck you and Snake Bros in a cube. Pyramids and butt flaps and Johnson too. Yeah, that's what we do. We don't know anything, and neither do you. That's right. The Snake Force so chill. We love you. Always have, always will. Now, kicking it in the disco chat. I've never been there. I heard it's pretty cool. Episode 201. Episode 201, yeah. Episode 201. 200 episodes since episode 2. Snake Bros. Seriously, guys. Snake Bros. Serapian boxes are really fucking cool. Yeah, Snake Bros. Ooh. I think it's actually pronounced Serapian. Snake Bros. We're going to space. We're going to space. Snake Bros. Don't forget about the sun. That's right. It's got weather patterns and giant arcs of electricity across the universe. It's an interesting idea that no one's ever thought of before. I wish somebody would come up with a really good theory based on all that kind of stuff and name it something really cool and catchy. And we could all get on YouTube and watch videos all about it every day. It's too bad. Such a great missed opportunity. 200 episodes.